From empty theaters to edited scenes and a co-star now considering legal action, Snow White turned Rachel Zegler into the internet's favorite punching bag. And today, I'm laying out 9 brutal facts that Disney and Rachel tried to bury, and trust me, you will be shocked to find out the 9th fact I'm gonna talk later. Let's kick this off with fact 1, and it's one of the biggest contradictions in Rachel Zegler's career. During her Snow White press tour, Rachel went viral for saying she never watched the original movie before getting cast. She claimed she wasn't familiar with the character, and basically stumbled into the role by accident.
I had no idea what I was auditioning for when I auditioned, so it's a kind of a hilarious question to say, like, what drew you to the material? Is that, like, I didn't realize that I was reading lines with Dopey?
But fans then found this. A childhood photo of Rachel cosplaying as Snow White. So what is it? Did she grow up loving the character? Or did she pretend not to for woke clout during press? Either way, the contradictions added fuel to the backlash. And when the movie flopped, audiences posted TikToks from empty theaters across the country.
Those things work, right? Absolutely.
Fact 2. Disney begged Gal Gadot to help save the movie after Rachel's interviews went viral for all the wrong reasons. Gal Gadot didn't want to get involved, but insiders say Disney pushed her to defend the film. Gal reportedly felt it was unfair that the cast and crew were suffering because of one actress's woke commentary.
One that I can think of was not so professional to the customers that we were trying to reach, and neither when we were doing our scenes on set. The instant that you get political, you not only divide your customers and how they perceive you, but also you divide the cast and the crew. And believe me, it was a tough process to deal with.
According to People, Gal and Rachel were fine on set, but definitely not friends. And now, fact 3. Gal Gadot is allegedly considering legal action against Disney. Why? Because fans trolled her acting in Snow White so badly, it damaged her reputation. And according to rumors, she believes Disney only included her worst takes in the final cut.
Tell me, are you against me too? Are you? Yes or no?
No. Majesty.
There's even a theory that Gal's role was cut and re-edited to soften the film's tone, which only made her look worse.
Disney's legal team is already preparing for the day Gal decides to move ahead after making these intense warnings against the Disney company, and she is said to be very serious about it as well. Since Gal claims that she lost the trust from many producers in Hollywood, though not all, but due to her worst takes that were placed in the final cut of the film, a lot of Hollywood producers, top ones at that, were turned off.
These are just the first 3 facts. And if you think this was bad, wait until you hear what happened with theaters, deleted scenes, and a secret Disney strategy no one wants to talk about. Fact 4. Thousands of theaters replaced Snow White with movies that actually sold tickets. Now, here's the twist. Theater owners didn't initially reject Disney. They ran Snow White, but when no one showed up, they had no choice but to pull it. Why? Because Minecraft was pulling packed houses, and one clip even showed someone sneaking a live chicken into the theater to celebrate the premiere. Fact 5. This one's painful. Rachel Zegler literally showed up to watch her own movie alone. With friends? Sure. But there wasn't a single other person in the theater. A TikTok captured the entire thing. It might have been brave, or maybe just damage control. Either way, the scene was sad. A lead actress attending her own screening in silence. Fact 6. The final version of Snow White that hit theaters was cut down dramatically, and according to several Reddit users and leaked reports, that's because the original cut was even more woke. Disney allegedly trimmed entire scenes once early feedback warned them the film would flop hard. One rumor says Rachel wanted Snow White to make bold feminist statements, completely eliminating the prince's emotional arc. Multiple scenes involving the prince were reportedly removed or shortened. Rachel herself even admitted that the prince's role was significantly minimized to focus on Snow White's independent independent journey. Some claim one deleted line had Snow White say something too controversial for a children's film, and it never made the final cut. The end result? A confused story that wasn't quite traditional, but also not bold enough to win over its woke target audience. Fans on Reddit say it's a rare case of a film trying to serve two masters and failing both. Fact 7. There's a conspiracy that Disney let Snow White flop on purpose. We know the movie had red flags early, but one theory from Reddit gained traction. Disney may have let this movie fail as a money laundering move. They allegedly knew it would bomb, but fixing it would have taken effort. One Reddit user said they knew it was going to flop a long time ago. They did it for money laundering reasons or whatever. It's obviously unconfirmed, but the timeline adds up, especially when you look at how little marketing push there was once backlash started. Fact 8. Snow White wasn't just a failure in the US. It was banned entirely in Lebanon. Why? Because of Gal Gadot. She's long been on a boycott list in Lebanon due to her IDF background, and that meant Snow White never even made it into theaters there. And in China, the response wasn't much better. One article criticized Disney's remake, calling it a cultural disconnect, and saying the film was inappropriate for kids.
Chinese audiences had other reasons for rejecting the film. Global Times, in an article titled "Cultural Disconnect Hurts Snow White Remake," said that Chinese audiences were more concerned with the film's casting choices and wondered why Disney even had to remake the 1937 classic to begin with.
Audiences stayed away, and footage showed nearly empty Chinese IMAX screenings, a huge embarrassment for a film this size. Fact 9. After the backlash, Disney quietly canceled future remakes, including the biggest one they were planning, Tangled. Tangled was supposed to be the crown jewel of Disney's live-action reboot era, with a massive budget and prestige cast. But once Snow White tanked, insiders say everything got shelved.
All here on X says, oh, she was gonna be black as hell. And you know, I wouldn't be surprised. We already saw what they did with Snow White. You know, Snow White was supposed to be as fair as snow, the fairest of them all, and then we got Rachel Zegler, who is clearly not that. And the way that the movie tied up that little bit of inconsistency is that they said that Snow White was named Snow White because she survived a snowstorm as a baby, and that Rachel Zegler's fairness in being the fairest of them all was really more about her heart than her skin tone.
And while Disney never confirmed the cancellation publicly, fans noticed that casting updates, production leaks, and all PR mentions suddenly disappeared. One final irony: there were already fan jokes about what a woke version of Tangled might look like. Those jokes may have been enough to convince Disney to abort before it became another PR disaster. From deleted scenes and foreign bans, to theater replacements and internal sabotage rumors, this movie didn't just flop, it became a warning for the whole industry. Now it's your turn. Which of these facts shocked you the most? Do you think Rachel Zegler can bounce back after all this? And should Disney ever attempt another remake again? Drop your answers in the comments. We're featuring the best takes in the next upload. Thanks for watching. See you next time.